Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I'm talking, Zoe. She just picked her head up and looked at me with her head tilted all cute. Anyways, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kate, or I go by AlwaysMoreSims here on YouTube, and today we are doing a speed build. This is it's supposed to be a modern house, but I have to say, I feel like when I was building it, it came off as kind of one of those more modern 70s houses. They were it's still the sharp edges, and there's a lot of monotone colors. I think monotone. Monochrome just means they're different shades of the same color. Monotone. There's a lot of that in the house. But seeing as how this is this is technically an early to mid 2000s game, there are some things that are, I don't even know what that style's called. But it's the front door is what really makes me think that, and then just more furnishings throughout the house. I'm like, this house is trying to be modern and failing. But yeah, it's a modern-ish type house. I've called it Orange Creamsicle because orange is my oh my gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the phrase I'm looking for? Orange is my abstract keeps coming to mind. It's my abstract color, and that's not what I want. But it's just the little pop of color throughout the house is orange. And I'm not an orange person. I don't like orange. I'm not a fan of orange. It's one of my least favorite colors. But I don't know. I thought it kind of worked. And there's just little pops of it throughout the house. So it is called Orange Creamsicle, not alliteration. It does not contain alliteration. Makes me kind of sad. Also, I had the worst time with these freaking roofs. I don't like roofing in The Sims. Okay, it's difficult in The Sims 4. The 2 or 3 times I've tried it, it's difficult in The Sims 3, where there's even less flexibility with it. Especially these slanted roofs. I hate how they look at the top, where it doesn't fully cover the wall. It leaves that edge, that lip. Really annoys me. That was my wrist, if you just heard that. But yeah, I don't know. It's okay. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. There is a ridiculously small, cramped office off of the kitchen, and a laundry room of the same size. And then there is a room off of the master bedroom that was intended to be a nursery, but I'm going to be fully honest with you. By the time I got to that part of the house, I was over it. Okay. I am getting warm. I'm getting very hot in my office. I've talked about it before. My office is impossible to regulate. Okay. Because if you have anything running on the computer for a long enough time, it generates heat. It makes the office warmer. And then you add 3 dogs and myself to the mix, and this is a rather small room. Things get hot in here really fast. Even with the fan on, even with windows open. I'm actually sitting here in a sweatshirt, so part of it is my fault. But I've been cold up until I was in the office, and by the time I reached the end of this, I was I'm getting really hot here. I'm getting warm. The dogs are panting. It's my sign that I need to leave the room. So I'm trying to get this finished so that I can go sit somewhere cooler in the house without having to take my comfy sweatshirt off. So, yeah. I will say I am fully aware of how lacking the backyard is. I also, my least favorite part of this house, by far, my least favorite part is the office. It is very obviously, I did not care when it came to that office. But I don't like how the living room turned out. I'm really disappointed. Wish I had made the main living area of the house deeper, that it's just way too shallow, and it's actually quite a small space. So I'm just kind of like, the kitchen is probably a little too big, and the living room and the kitchen honestly probably could have swapped spots, but it took more effort than I was willing to give. So I don't know. I don't like recording houses that I get lazy on, but at the same time I'm like, well, it's like I'm due for a speed build, so like, and I think the house still turned out okay for, like, I don't typically build modern-ish houses, which I say, and I've actually had quite a few in the last couple years, but I definitely tend to prefer, like, those, like, contemporary farmhouse style homes is definitely my preference. It's what I'm drawn to in real life. It's what I'm drawn to building wise. So yeah. I guess I can go ahead. I have officially left my old position. I don't know if it's come across in any of my videos. It probably will in these like upcoming videos that I finally had the time, I finally had the energy to sit down and pre-record, and I have been, and so I feel like it'll probably be here more so in like the future videos, but I feel like almost a different person getting away from that last job. So again, I'm still within the same company. I still actually have the same boss. I still have to interact with a handful of the same people, but I'm doing something different. Like my role, my position within the company has changed, and I just, like, it feels like a weight has been just taken off my shoulders, knowing that I don't have to go in to this other position anymore. This old one that I've finally gotten away from, like, I don't have to do that anymore. And I just, like, at times I feel like it hasn't quite hit me yet, because I am still, I'm kind of going between offices. They, like, the company does like a building wide deep clean at this, like, at the end of May, start of June every year. And, like, it's been really difficult trying to work around this, like, deep clean. And it also doesn't help that my new office is on the complete other side of the building from my old office, which, like, for me, I'm very grateful for, that I don't have to even go anywhere near like that side of the building. I swear, like, I have I like, and I'm serious about this, I think I actually have PTSD from this other position, which may sound dramatic, but there are still, like, there's names from people that I had to interact with on a daily basis in this old position that, like, I started a book here maybe like a month or so ago, and the main character's name was the same name as like one of these people that I had to work with. I actually had to put the book down and walk away and, like, DNF it, like, leave it, because I couldn't stand reading this person's name. Like, it's been really traumatic for me, like, really stressful, which again sounds stupid when I, like, sit here and think about it. I'm like, okay, it was just a job, like, these were the things you had to do, but, like, I don't know, like, mixed with the people I had to work with and everything, like, it just was disastrous on my mental health. So I'm crossing my fingers, you know, just hoping beyond hope that this next contractual year is better. I need it to be better. I don't actually know what I will do if it's not. I need it to be better. But then, like, I start to really think about, like, all of these responsibilities, like, because, like, my responsibilities are steadily being increased for this new position, And like the more that is added to my plate for this new job, the more my anxiety builds. And like I'll be laying in bed about it at night and I'm like like, oh my god, like this is coming up and I don't really know what I'm doing like in that aspect yet, and like I start freaking out a little bit, and I have to tell myself like just chill out one step at a time. It'll be okay. You'll figure this out. But like I don't know. So yeah. Let's see. What else is going on? I have 2 cars. For the longest time, like, this was my first car. It's my baby. I have a Ford Mustang convertible. I'm very fortunate that it was my first car. I'm very grateful that it was my first car. Also, I'm fully aware that Back to the Future cabinet above the fridge is not recolored. I did go back and fix that after I finished recording. And then it is fixed in the exported version. So just so you know, I know that cabinet is not colored. It will be fixed. But anyways, so my first car, Ford Mustang convertible, okay. Again, very grateful. I love this car. I absolutely adore this car. I dread the day, because I know realistically I cannot keep this car for my entire life. I dread the day I have to get rid of it. But it's a 2012. Okay, so this car is 13 years old. And anyways, it's because of its age, because it's a convertible. I do live somewhere where we have snow, which makes it not the most reliable car in inclement weather. And so within the last year, I actually got a second car, and I love this car as well. And it's a smaller, like, SUV. And I love my dad. Okay, I love my dad. He's like my best friend. Okay, love my dad. However, so both of my cars, I'm also very grateful, both of my cars are parked in the garage. Okay, so I get 2 out of our 3 parking spots in the garage. Okay, we have a door leading from our garage onto our back deck, back patio thing, whatever. And this door is normally locked, very rarely used, because it's in kind of an odd spot. It sticks, like it's a crappy door, okay? Like, we don't use it a lot. And oftentimes things get like pushed against it, piled up against it, and my car, my SUV is parked just beside this door. Okay, so my dad had these, like, they're ramps. They're aluminum ramps. I think they're aluminum. That he uses to load like a lawnmower in and out of his truck bed, that he'll go in. He cuts the yard of one of my mom's friends' mom. And then we have other family that's older, can't cut their yard, and so like he'll go cut their yard for them. So he has these ramps for the lawnmower, which had been leaning against the door, and I'm sure you can see where this is going. They were leaning against the door. For whatever reason, this door was unlocked. My dad realized this door was unlocked and had for some reason decided he was going to cut through that way instead of walking like the extra 10 feet down to the end of our deck where we have a gate that comes around the house. And I don't blame him for it. I know it was not malicious. He was not like, I'm gonna damage her car. But he opened the door, forgot these ramps were leaning on the door, the ramps fell over, hit my car, dented, scratched all the way down to the middle, right above my front tire. And I just, my uncle works with, like, he works with those car companies that, like, will buff out or, like pop out dents. And so he came and he tried to get the dent out, cannot completely get the dent out because it's in a really odd spot. And, like, there's a ridge, like, in the car, like, right over the wheel, like, how the car is designed. And it's right on that ridge, and it's just, he's like, this is such an awkward spot. This is, like, a really bad spot to have gotten hit. And so he's like, I did the best I can, but you can still see the dent. You can definitely still see the scratches. The car's blue, okay? There's just these bright white lines. You can see them. They're not hard to miss. And it's going to cost, like, anywhere from $900 to $1,100 to fix. And, like, I'm not mad. It's not one of those things where, oh my God, like, how could you? Like, I get it's an accident. But it's like, I'm like, this is an inconvenience I did not need right now. Like, I'm just finally feeling better about, like, hope, like, this new direction my life is going. I'm hoping that, like, it's going to be what I need it to be. And then, wham! $1,000 worth of damage to my car. Like, oh, and it's not anything, like, it didn't affect the headlights at all. Like, it's just it's just superficial damage. But, like, I'm extremely paranoid. Again, so my Mustang is 13 years old, right? Unfortunately, here, like, 2.5 years ago, no, it'd be closer to 3 years ago, it got, like, I'd been following a car on, like, a country road, and they had kicked up a rock, and it had hit the edge of my hood just right, flecked off, like, a pretty decent sized chunk of paint. That had me furious, okay, because I take as good care of my car as I can, okay, so, like, the fact that this had happened, flecked off a whole piece of paint, wasn't just, like, a scratch, like, had me furious. And that started my rust problem. I have now unfortunately had rust that has gotten into the lip of my car because of this fleck of paint and being unable to get it professionally fixed for honestly quite a while. And it now has me paranoid that anytime my car, like either of my cars, has any kind of damage that goes all the way down to the metal, is that now it's gonna, like, I'm gonna have water damage get in, it's gonna start rusting. And my SUV is only 2 years old. It's a 2023. Okay, so this is a new car. So I'm just paranoid. I'm like, this will be the next thing. And, like, I may be in a better spot career-wise, but, like, I've had some pretty bad news pertaining to my dad lately, health-wise, and so, like, at the same time, I'm still like, okay, like, maybe that was the hammer I was waiting to drop for, like, okay, now I have the new job, maybe things will get better, but hey, this has happened with your dad. And now I'm like, okay, and the next thing is going to be rust. I'm knocking on wood. My dogs might bark. Okay, that'll be the next thing. But I don't have just $1,000 chilling in my back pocket to be able to use. So anyways, we're in the screenshots. That was my pathetic excuse of an office, as you just saw. The house is listed down in the description if you would like to check it out. I'd greatly appreciate it, along with my Twitter, gaming channel. Comment, like, subscribe. I know this is an abrupt ending. They always are. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!